Now on 4 News Now, the first round of this year's NFL Draft is in the books. We'll take a look at the Seahawks pick and how he fits into the roster.
Plus, schools in Washington can now add girls flag football as an official sport, while some local districts say they have no plans of adding a new girls league anytime soon, though.
Temperatures are on the rise again tomorrow. I'll show you how warm it'll be where you live, plus what's on the way for the weekend in your First Alert forecast. You're watching a special edition of 4 News Now.
With the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward.
Cam Ward now joins the list of former Washington State quarterbacks drafted into the NFL. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor alongside sports director Jack Wallace. And Jack, Cam was a no-brainer for the Titans.
Well, he's the best overall quarterback prospect in the draft, and man, the Titans needed their next QB badly. Ward fits the mold Tennessee would love. A mobile pocket passer with a nasty sidearm throw that can read defense as well and find his targets with some pretty nice precision. The escape artist you're seeing right here made his large push to the league during his 2 years at Washington State, tossing 48 touchdowns and almost 7,000 yards across those couple years. But his final year in Miami cemented the #1 pick nod, a Heisman finalist and a Davey O'Brien Award. That's the best quarterback at the FBS level. Ward is the first Hurricane taken #1 since 1991. So with Ward quickly off the board, the next most likely former Coug to be picked is Kyle Williams, a stud wide receiver.
Yeah, and he's shot up the draft boards the past few months after a great NFL Combine performance.
We have Sydney Berger in studio to give us an added look into what will make Williams a valuable asset to any NFL team.
Well, just like you guys said, Kyle Williams is extremely valuable, and he proved in his final season as a Coug and throughout the NFL Combine. He got 14 touchdowns for almost 1,200 yards, ran a 4.40 40-yard dash during the NFL Combine. And in one of my favorite quotes from last season, Williams related touchdowns to cake, saying he has a sweet tooth for the end zone. His stats show just that, and his former teammates confirm it. He's relentless and hardworking both on and off the field, which are all qualities any team could benefit from. However, if there's a team that could get something extra out of Williams, it could be the Tennessee Titans. Like we just mentioned, they just drafted Cam Ward, and reuniting a duo could add a lot of layer of chemistry between college teammates that can transition nicely into the NFL. 3 receivers were drafted today. Williams is projected to hear his name called tomorrow in possibly the 2nd or 3rd round, but it's also not out of the question to fall to the 4th round either. To give you a good idea where Williams stands right now, he's the 7th best receiver available after the 1st round, according to ESPN. Of course, it's going to come down to what team sees Williams as a good fit.
All right, Sydney, thank you so much.
And if you listen right here, you can hear the big fella hear his name tonight for the Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks select Gray Zabel, guard, North Dakota State.
And just like we predicted here before the draft, great how that turned out, the Seahawks turned to their offensive line, drafting the fantastic Gray Zabel from the North Dakota State Bison, the top-ranked interior lineman of the 1st round. He was the only selection the Hawks had in the 1st round. He's the first-team FCS All-American. He's going to make an immediate impact in the Emerald City. So pretty exciting to see from him there.
Yeah, so much excitement all night long, and tomorrow we get even more of it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a deeper dive into Zabel, look at where also Colston Loveland ended up tonight. Check out in sports later on in the cast. You won't want to miss the other reactions from this electric opening round.
All right, Jack, thanks so much. Well, girls flag football is gaining traction as one of the fastest growing youth sports in the U.S.
But there are several factors keeping Spokane schools from adding it at the high school level, despite its recent WIAA approval. Mary Sheridan brings us the latest from Andrew Rippenfield.
Capacity, #1, fields, and then just financially. And with the situation that a lot of schools are in, even flag was a tough sell. It took us 2 years of voting before the schools were comfortable, and even with that, passed by 1 vote.
Despite the growing popularity of women's flag football on Washington's west side, schools in the Spokane area say they just don't have the resources right now to add in the newly sanctioned sport. Besides a need for facilities, Eastern Washington winters don't mesh with the proposed winter season. And there's funding to consider.
There are costs associated with that. You pay a coach, transportation, officials, you need some uniforms.
Spokane, Meade, and Central Valley school districts also say that there's not enough student interest right now. But according to the Spokane Youth Sports Association, that may change in a few years.
Through the past years, we've seen more and more girls being added to our league. Actually, in the fall, we had a team that was, I want to say 80% girls, which was amazing. It was so fun to see them out there.
SYSA just began their spring session of flag football for boys and girls in 1st to 6th grade. When it's game time, fields at Andrew Rippon Park fill up fast.
Andrew Rippon currently has 4 flag football fields, but if you take a look behind me, they're watering the area inside this yellow caution tape so that they can soon add a 5th field.
And that's not the only new thing coming this fall. SYSA has plans to offer their first girls-only flag football league in fall of 2025 for grades 3rd through 6th.
Start them out small so that they can have that time to develop with their classmates, with their friends, feel comfortable to develop, and then hopefully they'll be able to go on to middle school or high school as it grows here in our community.
Reporting in Spokane, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
Have it all ready to go.
Well, lots of us are outside. You want to keep your sunglasses handy because we have more warm and sunny spring weather on the way.
Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see how warm it's going to get where you live in your First Alert forecast.
Our temperatures are going to climb again tomorrow. Highest temperatures today, we did hit 70 officially in Spokane. The first time this month. The third time this spring, we did it twice in March. 70 in Coeur d'Alene. Sandpoint hit 70 today, as well as Ritzville. It was 75 in Lewiston and 68 in Pullman. Temperatures currently are still very warm. We are in the 60s in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, and many locations still in the 60s. This is quite a departure from earlier this week when we were concerned about freeze and frost warnings in the mornings. So expect some warmer mornings, and that's one of the 4 things to know about your forecast. 70s through Sunday, much warmer at night. Overnight lows in the 40s in most locations. It's going to be mostly dry this weekend, but there are some mountain showers. I will show you where to expect the rain this weekend coming up in your 7-day forecast. Kirsten?
All right, see you soon, Chris. Local Head Start programs are worried the federal government won't give them any more funding after this year.
For many programs, federal dollars account for nearly half their budget. Derek Strom spoke with one parent advocating for Head Start locally.
Opportunities are going to be lost for parents, and in turn, that means loss for these children.
Local Head Start programs around Spokane, like ones at Spokane Colleges and Eastern Washington University, say there haven't been any changes to their funding so far, but at least one program in Eastern Washington has shut down because of issues with federal funding. Head Start has played a crucial role for parents and kids across Washington.
Head Start prepares a parent for that. They're teaching the parents how to advocate and how to be part of the school system.
Trina McKaylee has 2 kids that have gone through the Head Start program, and having access to childcare was crucial for her.
It was so valuable to have teachers that were teaching my kid and that were actually using language that was appropriate and encouraging and kind of helping me learn how to also be a good parent.
McKaylee says the Head Start program here didn't just set her up for success by giving her accessible and affordable child care. It also gave her kids a quality education that set them up for success later in life.
For my son, Christian especially, he's significantly ADHD as a child, and without the early Head Start program and the Head Start program, I don't feel he might not have even graduated.
Some Head Start programs in Washington aren't counting on any federal funding after this year. In Spokane Valley, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Well, new details tonight on the University of Idaho murders case. The judge has denied the defense's request to take the death penalty off the table if Bryan Kohberger is convicted. The defense argued Kohberger should not be eligible for execution due to his neurological disorders, including autism spectrum disorder. The judge's ruling reveals Kohberger was only recently diagnosed with ASD level 1, formerly known as Asperger's syndrome. Prosecutors argued this diagnosis does not fall under the criteria for a eliminating someone from getting the death penalty. The judge wrote, "No court has ever found ASD to be a categorically death disqualifying diagnosis."
And we've also learned that one of the surviving roommates saw one of the victims lying on the ground and did not call 911 for many hours. That is according to new court documents. They say the roommate thought that Xana Kernodle was drunk around 4 in the morning. In recent months, court records have revealed that she tried to call and text all of the roommates, but only one of them responded. The two surviving roommates texted back and forth about the man, and ultimately one roommate told the other to come down to her room. Fast forward to around 11 o'clock. Court documents say one of the roommates called a friend and asked them to come over and check the house because they were scared. One of the roommates says she saw Xana again, and that is when they called 911. Brian Koberger's trial is set to begin this August.
To stay up to date, be sure to download the KXLY app and turn on notifications to get breaking news about this case sent straight to your phone.
Well, you might soon experience longer wait times in Washington hospitals as legislators push forward a bill bringing on new taxes for hospitals that health officials warn will come at the cost of the services they provide. Lawmakers in Olympia are suggesting adding a new limit on reimbursement rates. Supporters of the bill argue it would rein in the rising cost of health care without sacrificing care. On the flip side, though, hospitals argue these taxes would increase their costs and hamper access to Washingtonians.
I think the concern would be that there could be even more overcrowding in an ED or longer wait times to see one of the great physicians in the state of Washington.
Hospitals are still recovering from the pandemic, and Providence says they're still having a hard time bringing in enough money to cover what they're spending, warning these cuts could bring fewer physicians to Washington.
Risk really flows down to patients. As I say, if we can't recruit physicians effectively, that means clinics, there isn't a space for somebody to be seen in the clinic.
Multicare and Providence say the majority of patients seen in Washington hospitals are under Medicaid or Medicare, meaning a reimbursement cut could seriously impact the industry's financial health. However, advocates of this proposal argue it will make healthcare more equitable and that it will address out-of-control spending.
Well, your favorite trail on Tubbs Hill and Coeur d'Alene could soon close, while the city says it's meant to help reduce the risk of wildfires coming up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
At Arada's Automax, the owner's daughter, Tatum, has been helping people with special sales for over a decade.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tatum Arada. What sale are you doing now, Daddy? Daddy, what's a tax return sale? What's a blue book sale? Can people really get cash, Daddy, and a car? Daddy, does that mean $1 will buy Arada card checks and RVs? I have $1. Hurry in, everyone. Arada great deals, and remember, we're Arada fun too.
Don't miss the sales going on now at Arada's Automax and Mitsubishi.
Are you moving? Make it easy with Dan the Moving Man. Reliable, efficient, and stress-free. Dan is your locally owned, trusted household and piano moving partner. Visit danthemovingmanwa.com for your free quotes today.
DECU isn't like other financial institutions, and the difference is people. Because we're not for profit, there's no boardroom of billionaires maximizing their margins. Our biggest stakeholders are people like you. It's our members who make money meaningful, so we focus on helping them thrive. It's the art student bringing beauty to his community that makes a college loan matter. It's the mother building her family's foundation that makes a mortgage matter. And at DECU, it's helping people that matters. DECU, we're here to help.
Attention Eastern Washington and Western Idaho shoppers. The great $500,000 Spokane Ennis inventory liquidation just got better. Many items have been reduced even more off our already slashed prices. Save big during the remaining days of our inventory liquidation. You'll still find plenty, all famous furniture brands. This entire inventory has been slashed and it all has to go. Now, see it all at our temporary off-site showroom at 7503 North Division, next to Big 5. Believe us, you will not be disappointed.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
it's okay.
Your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
You expect more from your morning news. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
The scammer is posing as law enforcement.
Breaking news.
Immediate evacuation order.
A forecast that helps you plan your day.
Breezy today.
You expect more in the mornings. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
Take a look at this video from Pullman. A now former political science instructor is accused of attacking a WSU student in a fight that allegedly began because that student was wearing a pro-Donald Trump hat. The instructor, Patrick Mahoney, was fired from his teaching position but remains at WSU as a grad student.
The student who was attacked spoke to our Jordan Smith about what happened.
Well, I'm standing right outside the bar where this attack happened, and Jay, the student, tells me that he was on his way inside Valhalla Bar and Grill to return an incorrect food order when Mahoney walked by and snatched his hat and threw it into the street unprovoked. And moments later, the fight escalated. Security camera footage shows the moments the fight unfolded. You can see Jay in the red hat wearing a black backpack walking towards Valhalla. In this angle out in front of the bar, you can see the moment Mahoney appears to rip off that hat and throw it into the street. Jay retaliated, throwing his food at Mahoney, who appears to promptly throw Jay to the ground and land several punches.
As I was falling, Patrick grabbed my chest, I slammed it on the road, and then he also grabbed my head and then also slammed it all on the road pavement.
It was over in a matter of seconds. Police arrived at the scene shortly after. Jay said he recognized that it was Mahoney from campus events the two had both attended in the past. In talking with Jay about that moment, I asked him how being attacked for supporting an opposing political party has changed his thinking in the weeks since that fight. He told me this.
I want this to be like the last time that like this has happened to anybody. So I'll be the one who takes this. Sometimes I do wear the hat on campus because the thing is that we all need to be tolerable and also accepting of like, each other.
Mahoney was charged with 4th-degree assault, which is a misdemeanor. He did not respond to our request for a comment. Both parties are expected to be back in court April 29th at 9 a.m. In Pullman, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
A man accused of kidnapping and raping a person went before a Whitman County judge this afternoon. 30-year-old Victor Valleja made an emotional first appearance in Whitman County Superior Court. Valleja was arrested Wednesday afternoon, accused of 2nd-degree kidnapping and 3rd-degree rape earlier that morning. The judge today said official charges have not yet been filed, but set Valleja's bond at $25,000.
Closing arguments were made today in the manslaughter case against George Melvin Harris III. Harris killed one person and seriously injured another during a shooting on WSU's College Hill back in 2021. Harris fired 21 rounds that night, telling police he was being jumped by a group of football players, and pulled out his concealed handgun and fired in self-defense.
Lost control for 8 seconds. You can't say that is not within the scope of something a reasonable person would do under the same circumstances.
The prosecution firmly pushing back.
George Harris fired that gun 21 times. It's reckless conduct. It's a gross deviation from what anybody should be doing when possessing a firearm, even in defending themselves.
Jurors did not reach a verdict today. They will resume deliberations tomorrow morning.
70 degrees today, our high. That is 10 degrees above average, but 20 degrees from a record. We're not heading into record territory, but we do have some warmer weather in the forecast. I'll let you know what to expect after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Attention Eastern Washington and Western Idaho shoppers. The great $500,000 Spokane Ennis inventory liquidation just got better. Many items have been reduced even more off our already slashed prices. Save big during the remaining days of our inventory liquidation. You'll still find plenty, all famous furniture brands. This entire inventory has been slashed and it all has to go. Now, see it all at our temporary off-site showroom at 7503 North Division, next to Big 5. Believe us, you will not be disappointed.
It's the once-a-year spring tune-up event this week at the Cal Superstores in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene.
Hi, I'm George, and I'm offering great deals on over 300 of the best rigs in the region.
And this weekend, when you purchase a vehicle from Cal, you can get up to $600 in free upgrades, like light bars, custom grills, or tires and rims to customize your ride, making it the perfect time to visit Cal.
Like the deals and love your wheels.
For over 90 years, the McVeigh Brothers family has been installing the very best in roofing, siding, and windows, made for the Inland Northwest. Last year, our 6000 Series Coeur d'Alene windows earned the 2024 Energy Star Most Efficient Award, beating some manufacturers by 20%. So this week, we're celebrating by matching your energy rebate. Ask about our current rebate offers for each window sold. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
It's Click It RV's 4th annual Family RV Sales Event, April 24th through the 27th. Get amazing discount prices from manufacturers from across the country, like Riverstone, Winnebago, StarCraft, and more. And get $2,500 over NADA for your trade. There's amazing financing with nothing down, low rates, and no payments for 90 days. And talk about giveaways. Win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash. There's free refreshments and games for the whole family. And just for fun, dunk your salesman in the dunk tank. So beat the coming tariffs and don't miss the 4th annual Family RV Event at Click It RV, April 24th through the 27th.
4 News Now is brought to you by Papa Murphy's.
Several Rogers High School students are learning life-saving swimming skills and confidence through a program that helps them become lifeguards. This program is a collaboration between the Spokane NAACP, Rogers High School, Slingshot, Spokane Parks Foundation, and the Inland Northwest Central Branch YMCA.
It aims to break barriers and teach students from historically marginalized communities the necessary skills to become lifeguards.
They're supplying the kids what they need to be better at something they want to be better at. And in this case, I get to be a lifeguard, which I'm really happy about.
We'll take a deep dive into this program and show you how access and opportunity can empower young students to pursue life-saving careers tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest. Really cool program, first of all, but I also lifeguarded for a long time. It's the best job, especially when you're like a teenager college kid. So, yeah.
And parents are looking for those summer jobs for their teens right now.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, great job, and we need them because our local pools are short on lifeguards, not short on sunshine for Friday. In fact, we've got it in spades starting at 7 a.m., 44 degrees at 7. That's a little bit better out at the bus stop than the 10 degrees cooler conditions that we had earlier this week. By 10 a.m., we'll be close to 60 degrees. Bright blue skies. Winds tomorrow generally 10 miles per hour or less in Spokane. Some spots may be getting up into the 15-mile-per-hour range out on the West Plains. 63 at 11. By the time you're out at noon, it'll be 67, 73 after school, and our high temperature tomorrow, 74 degrees. Not the warmest it's been this season. We hit 75 back in March, but that was a record-shattering day. We've got this weekend coming up, and the weekend forecast has been a little bit different, actually a lot different from Monday to now, and here is why. It is this area of low pressure out here in the Pacific, which has been eluding our models so far, but we're getting a better handle on what it has planned. It is going to be sinking to the south and staying mostly to the south. However, we are going to see a little bit of wet weather pinwheeling up into the inland northwest. Perhaps some mountain showers, mainly from the Blue Mountains up through the central panhandle, but we could also potentially see a sprinkle or two down in town as well. This forecast radar picks up at noon on Saturday, where the last one left off with just the lightest precipitation possible from the central panhandle down through parts of the Palouse and into the Blue Mountains. We'll keep that chance of light precipitation going through the afternoon. Wouldn't rule out a sprinkle, but I would certainly forge ahead with your Saturday plans. And as I mentioned, one of the things that's really changed about this weekend forecast, the temperatures. A 10% chance of precipitation Saturday and Sunday. We have to wait till Tuesday for a 30% chance. But our highs on Saturday and Sunday up in the 70s. That's up from the 50s earlier this week. So a much more spring-like weekend ahead with mainly mountain showers. We're dry heading back to work on Monday with showers possible Tuesday. Coming up in the next half hour, we're going to be talking a little bit about why we might actually be rooting for rain. We're overdue for some showers. That's coming up in the next half hour.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
2 minutes for checking to Berkeley County. Get your exclusive Spokane Chiefs debit card from Numerica today.
Don't worry, it's just me. It's Chad from the Easy Home Buyer.
Selling your home doesn't have to be scary. At the Easy Home Buyer, we make it simple, fast, and hassle-free, so you can focus on your next chapter.
Really painful feet. I had no idea what was going on. It's hard to put in words how gratifying it is to have that kind of pain gone.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Attention Eastern Washington and Western Idaho shoppers. The great $500,000 Spokane Ennis inventory liquidation just got better. Many items have been reduced even more off our already slashed prices. Save big during the remaining days of our inventory liquidation. You'll still find plenty, all famous furniture brands. This entire inventory has been slashed and it all has to go. Now, see it all at our temporary off-site showroom at 7503 North Division, next to Big 5. Believe us, you will not be disappointed.
How do you think this commercial should start?
A calming melody, and it says like what it's like to have an early savings account as a kid. And the star of the commercial will be me.
My mom taught me the importance of saving, and I wanted to pass that on to my kids.
It's cool because every month you get to put money in your early savings account.
Do you think you'll make a budget for yourself one day?
Totally.
BECU, we're here to help.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Because early is easy with a medium iced coffee, caramel or classic, for just $2.29.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Well, for many in our area, favorite summertime activity is spending time on Tubbs Hill in Coeur d'Alene. But your plans to do that this summer may need to change.
Yeah, might have to delay them a little. The city says soon they'll begin fire prevention work there and expects to close some of your favorite trails this summer. Hunter Bertram shows us why the city says this needs to happen now.
The city is stepping up to reduce wildfire risks, with hopes to start cleaning up dead trees, brush, and foliage here in May.
We're looking to reduce that to lower the risk of wildfire spreading into our downtown area.
Nick Goodwin is Coeur d'Alene's urban forester.
Specifically, we're targeting what we refer to as WUI areas, which is the wildland-urban interface, where the wildland meets the urban environment.
So areas where homes are around McEwen Park.
And then we also, number 2 priority would be reducing fuel around our highest used trails.
And this work, Goodwin says, is decades in the making. The fuels on Tubbs Hill have built up since the last fire here.
If we have a fire, we have drastic consequences.
While this work is great news for safety, it does mean some areas will be off limits.
At this point, we have no plans to close the entire natural area other than when we do pile burning in the late fall.
And as for now, we don't know what areas and when they'll be closed on Tubbs Hill during this work, as this work heavily relies on the weather conditions of that day. In Coeur d'Alene, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Well, fire experts say now is also the best time to brush up on your family's wildfire action plan. It should include designated emergency meeting locations, an evacuation plan for your pets or livestock, as well as a family communication plan. This should include out-of-area friends or family as a point of contact to act as a single source of communication in case of separation. For even more fire safety tips, head to KXLY.com/firewatch.
All right, still ahead, neighbors say it's confusing, chaotic, and even dangerous. Why some in Spokane Valley want this Bowdish roundabout gone and what the city plans to do about it.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Our 2025 spring arrivals have landed at More Furniture. For a very limited time, we're doing something outrageous. This weekend, for 72 special hours, we're offering 72-month interest-free financing on every purchase over $19.99. That's 72 full months with no money down and no interest. Whether you need a new sectional for game day or you're refreshing your entire home, this weekend only, you'll get 72 months interest-free financing. Hurry into your local More Furniture for the absolute best deal in town.
This year, if you'd like to make your backyard fun and entertaining with a new swim spa or a relaxing new hot tub, then you need to visit Quality Spas of Spokane, the little store that sells the most hot tubs in the region. Featuring Cal Spas, one of the only hot tubs made in the USA that offers the highest quality of pumps and massage jets with stylish cabinet options at the best volume pricing in the market. Quality Spas of Spokane.
Life's just better in a spa. Spokane Riverkeeper and the Salish School of Spokane are connecting kids with the Spokane River. Through hands-on river science, kids are learning to protect the water.
We protect and restore the Spokane River for future generations. These students carry the language and history of the land, and their voice reminds us why this work matters.
We must adopt and teach. Numerica is honored to donate $2,500 to Spokane Riverkeeper and Salish School of Spokane. This is how Numerica cares for kids.
A show that pays tribute to one of the best Mexican-American performers of our time, Selena. Carla Perez, live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, May 8th. You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. George Thorogood and the Destroyers bring their rough-shaking rock party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning. Attention Eastern Washington and Western Idaho shoppers. The great $500,000 Spokane Ennis inventory liquidation just got better. Many items have been reduced even more off our already slashed prices. Save big during the remaining days of our inventory liquidation. You'll still find plenty, all famous furniture brands. This entire inventory has been slashed and it all has to go. Now, see it all at our temporary off-site showroom at 7503 North Division, next to Big 5. Believe us, you will not be disappointed.
The time has arrived for the Seattle Seahawks. They entered the first round needing to address their interior offensive line, and, well, they did it in a pretty massive way. It's the highly anticipated Gray Zabel, the all-around versatile offensive lineman, joining the Seahawks as someone who plays both sides of the line at guard and tackle. Zabel is an explosive, mauling body who is great against the blitz, a fantastic addition to help protect the pocket of new quarterback Sam Darnold. This pick makes Zabel the highest drafted FCS offensive lineman in history, and he snags this spot as a winner with 2 national championships under his belt, including one to cap off his college career back in January.
Chicago Bears select Colston.
And the only Idaho native in the NFL draft is back at home to hear his name called. The Chicago Bears selecting tight end Colston Loveland, 6'6" receiver, making the Idaho State semifinals his senior year of high school, beating Timberlake. And he was the best Idaho recruit in the class of 2021 before his move to the Michigan Wolverines, where he won the national title 2 years ago. Loveland is coming off a second-team All-American season at Michigan, and his best NFL player comparison, Detroit's Sam Laporta, the two sharing similar elite route running paired with some solid blocking skills. Now, shifting over to baseball, the Seattle Mariners are now 11-4 in their last 15 games. That's 5 straight series, y'all. A remarkable streak, currently capped off by a 4-3 win, highlighted by Brian Woo's 3 allowed hits across 6 innings against the Boston Red Sox. Mitch Garver got a key 2-run double as well. A fantastic game for Seattle. Recovers 2 wins after a Game 1 loss. That's their 3rd series in a row to have that exact same pattern. All those games were away from home, so the long road trip is over. M's are back north tomorrow to host the Miami Marlins, who sit just below 500 through 24 games. Spokane Indians battling the Eugene Emeralds. This game just wrapped up, so the score is not quite right now. It's 9-5 the final. Unfortunate there, Eugene getting the win. So that means that the Indians need to win their next game to at least split the 6-game series. We're going to have highlights of how the Indians game wrapping up on Nightside. So wild and exciting day for sports overall. Mariners and Indians, exciting games as well. We'll have all that action, like I mentioned, on Nightside. But
let's give this guy some props. For those of you who don't know, Jack actually worked in Fargo, North Dakota, covering North Dakota State before coming here. He said this week that Zabel would be a great pick for the Seahawks. They end up taking the guy, and now he's crushing Busch Lights, because that's what he said at his post-game press conference. That's what he was going to do after he got selected.
I didn't want to be too biased, but I'm glad I was right.
You were. All right. Thank you, Jack. Let's send it over now to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with your First Alert forecast.
Well, I hope I will be as right with this forecast. Let's start off with our morning lows tomorrow morning. It is going to be warmer. 41 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 40 in St. Mary's, 40 in Kellogg, 39 in Moscow and Pullman. Right around the Spokane area, still a few spots where if you have some tender plants, you might be in danger of a frost, mainly in those outlying areas, Deer Park, Blanchard, and even Spirit Lake. Our low temperature trend over the next 7 days keeps that temperature in the mid-40s starting tomorrow night. That white line is our average high. We're in pretty good shape, and it looks like our overnight low trend is going to continue right on through the first week of May. Good news for gardeners. Your Friday planner, lots of sunshine. Will go from 41 all the way up to 74. 60 is our average high, and we've got more temperatures in the 70s ahead for the weekend before a cool down. I'll be back with that in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Well, in one Spokane Valley neighborhood, neighbors are frustrated about a roundabout.
The city installed this roundabout in place of a 4-way stop in an effort to make that intersection safer. It's located at 16th and Bowditch, just a few blocks east of University Elementary School. Madeline Mullins has more on why neighbors living near the roundabout say it's actually caused problems from the start.
Well, since this roundabout was put in place last summer, the city of Spokane Valley has put in some improvements to make this intersection safer, including this light up yield sign that's on all 4 corners of this intersection, as well as these white posts meant to slow traffic down. But those who use this area tell me it's not doing any good.
It's not working. Not the way it's supposed to.
Fender benders, horns honking constantly, and crosswalks that people don't feel safe walking across. Those are the complaints of people living near the Bowditch roundabout.
I don't like to drive through it. I have to sometimes to get home to my house, but I avoid it if I can, and then I do not walk through it anymore.
As for the solution, well, neighbors have a few ideas.
Just make a simple sign in the middle that says it's a roundabout. Don't worry about the crosswalks. Don't worry about all the rest of the stuff that gets in the way.
Put it back to a 4-way stop, because that was better than it is now.
And the city of Spokane Valley agrees, saying that when the police are not there to monitor the intersection, cars exceed the speed limit, and more infrastructure is needed to slow drivers down.
They are going too fast.
Spokane Valley announcing that they are finalizing some plans to improve the roundabout, and that those changes will be announced in the coming weeks. In Spokane Valley, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Well, Gonzaga University had a special visitor today. Former Secretary of Defense Leon Panetta was on campus to receive this year's Thomas Foley Award for Distinguished Service. Panetta served during the Obama administration. He has gotten extensive media coverage in recent months for his criticism over national security under the Trump administration. Today, he shared his concern for the safety of our country and importance of public service.
It's not the name on the door. It's not the money. It's not the power. The greatest reward is that you can make a difference in people's lives. And that's what I want young people to know.
The award is given to a person who demonstrates integrity and courage. 4 News Now will be back after this break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
One call, that's all, means we take care of everything after your car wreck.
From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops, we're here to guide you from start to finish.
After my car accident, working with Craig Swap and Associates made the whole process so easy. They communicated with me and let me know what the next step was every step of the way.
Call Craig Swap and Associates today. Let us make your recovery simple. One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Attention Eastern Washington and Western Idaho shoppers. The great $500,000 Spokane Ennis inventory liquidation just got better. Many items have been reduced even more off our already slashed prices. Save big during the remaining days of our inventory liquidation. You'll still find plenty, all famous furniture brands. This entire inventory has been slashed and it all has to go. Now, see it all at our temporary off-site showroom at 7503 North Division, next to Big 5. Believe us, you will not be disappointed.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Hospitals.
Welcome back. Lawmakers in Olympia say they've reached a deal on an operating budget, but details on the spending won't be released until this weekend in the final days of the legislative session.
Albert James walks us through what we do know and how crucial elements of the proposal are still up in the air as the clock ticks down.
We're pretty much coming to the end of the budget process. We expect to be voting it off the floor this weekend.
Senate Democratic Budget Leader Derek Stanford says the operating budget will be released on Saturday before votes are taken through the weekend. While he wouldn't go into specific details, the senator says there have been significant changes from their initial $78.5 billion proposal last month, including significant cuts because they'll be bringing in less revenue.
But we want to stick to our values and put people first and try to focus especially on funding public schools and housing. But it has been a difficult process with the budget situation.
The budget teeters on various revenue proposals like increases on business, capital gains, and sales taxes. The bills introduced last week are still going through the legislative process in these final days of the session, but Stanford feels good about their prospects.
We don't want to have to reopen things and make major changes, but it looks like there's a path forward from where we are now.
On the other side, Republicans continue to criticize the budget and tax proposals fundamentally and procedurally.
Nobody's seen the final conference budget yet. Legislators have no idea how necessary these taxes are, how many cuts they're going to stave off, and how many cuts will still be made.
Senate Republican Budget Leader Chris Gildon says he's been shut out of conference negotiations, frustrated with substantive changes being made behind closed doors and tax bills being rushed through the legislative process.
With that limited amount of public input, time for public input, I think it's a travesty. It's an injustice to the people of Washington State.
In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
It's been a while since we've had some good measurable rain in Spokane. None today, and we are running behind average year to date. We'll take a look at how far we are running behind and when we might expect some precipitation in the 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
the once-a-year spring tune-up event this week at the Cal Superstores in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene.
Hi, I'm George, and I'm offering great deals on over 300 of the best rigs in the region.
And this weekend, when you purchase a vehicle from Cal, you can get up to $600 in free upgrades, like light bars, custom grills, or tires and rims to customize your ride, making it the perfect time to visit Cal.
Like the deals and love your wheels.
Attention Eastern Washington and Western Idaho shoppers. The great $500,000 Spokane Ennis inventory liquidation just got better. Many items have been reduced even more off our already slashed prices. Save big during the remaining days of our inventory liquidation. You'll still find plenty, all famous furniture brands. This entire inventory has been slashed and it all has to go. Now, see it all at our temporary off-site showroom at 7503 North Division, next to Big 5. Believe us, you will not be disappointed.
It's Click It RV's 4th Annual Family RV Sales Event, April 24th through the 27th. Get amazing discount prices from manufacturers from across the country, like Riverstone, Winnebago, StarCraft, and more. And get $2,500 over NADA for your trade. There's amazing financing with nothing down, low rates, and no payments for 90 days. And talk about giveaways. Win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash. There's free refreshments and games for the whole family. And just for fun, dunk your salesman in the dunk tank. So beat the coming tariffs and don't miss the 4th Annual Family RV Event at Click It RV, April 24th through the 27th.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
it's okay.
Your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Four News Now is brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino.
Clear skies and a warm evening, 60 degrees, clear conditions in Spokane. It's 55 in Coeur d'Alene. Still time for a dog walk before bed tonight. Friday's highs, we will be in the 70s throughout the entire region. The exception, Spirit Lake, but very, very close. 75 in Spokane Valley, 76 in downtown, 75 in Meade, and 76 in 9 Mile tomorrow. That will be almost the warmest day of the season so far. I keep talking about that record-shattering 75 back in March. That's going to be hard to beat. Friday's highs around the region, 80 in Lewiston, 81 in the Tri-Cities, but 70s elsewhere around the region, including 72 in Bonners Ferry and 71 tomorrow in Sandpoint. Your high temperature trend over the next 7 days. This white line is our average high. We are going to be above average throughout the entire 7 days, even though we do have a dip coming on Tuesday. That's the day where we have the best chance to get some precipitation, and it's not that great of a chance. We are running below average on our precipitation. Our high temperatures are going to continue to be above average. This is the outlook for May 2nd through May 8th. So it picks up where the 7-day leaves off, the 8 to 14-day outlook. Precipitation-wise, this is from the Climate Prediction Center. No real leaning one way or another to above or below average precipitation. Hopefully it will at least be average because we are starting to run quite a bit below. This is the percent of usual rain over the last 30 days, and it has been quite dry, just a sliver of our average precipitation in most locations. The exceptions, Bonners Ferry and Colville doing pretty good. Also, Republic has had a fair amount of rain, and boy, once you cross over into Kalispell, the precipitation jumps. Meanwhile, our drought monitor, this updates every Thursday. We are still in the clear for now over Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but once we get into the central panhandle, we are in moderate drought and unusually dry in that yellow shaded area. And that includes some important cropland. So hopefully, again, we can eventually get some precipitation going. Mountain showers possible this weekend. Otherwise, we will be staying dry for the most part. And there's our hope. 30% chance of rain on Tuesday. And then again, would like to see a little bit of precipitation coming out of some of these slight chances. But right now, it looks like we're just going to be stuck with some beautiful spring weather to enjoy in the meantime.
I think we'll take it. Thank you, Chris. Well, thousands continue to mourn Pope Francis, who's being remembered as the Pope of the people. The faithful paying their final respects in Rome, pouring in from all over the world.
At last check, the Vatican reported at least 90,000 people had visited the Pope's coffin inside of St. Peter's Basilica. The Pope's funeral will be on Saturday. Sherelle Hubbard has more on Pope Francis's funeral rites.
Pope Francis's coffin will be closed Friday evening ahead of Saturday's funeral. In the meantime, hundreds flocked to St. Peter's Square in the night Thursday, hoping to say their final farewells to the beloved pontiff while they still can. His body has been lying in state at St. Peter's Basilica since Wednesday, before it is to be transferred to the Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica for burial Saturday.
In my opinion, because he was unique in everything, he was special, and therefore, this choice of the Basilica of the Madonna is special.
Pope Francis said in his final testament that he wished to be buried in a simple tomb in the ground.
It is for sure that he is really humble, no? He always believe in difference, no? He want to create something new.
As part of Francis's push to simplify the papal funeral rites, doing away with the tradition of having 3 coffins of cypress, lead, and oak, and he opted for one open wooden coffin. He was the first Latin American pontiff and the first to call himself Francis. In death, Francis's unorthodox approach seemingly continuing on, instructing that a simple tomb come, quote, without particular ornamentation, and bearing the inscription, Franciscus.
I think it's good for him because he feels at home here. He stopped here before and after every trip that he took overseas. So I think this is close to his heart, so it's good that he's being buried here.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
With expert advice and an amazing selection of flooring, it's easy to see yourself enjoying your perfect floors.
Right now, experience the One Effect in store and save big with special financing.
2 locations, Flooring Outlet and Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
Attention Eastern Washington and Western Idaho shoppers. The great $500,000 Spokane Ennis inventory liquidation just got better. Many items have been reduced even more off our already slashed prices. Save big during the remaining days of our inventory liquidation. You'll still find plenty, all famous furniture brands. This entire inventory has been slashed and it all has to go. Now, see it all at our temporary off-site showroom at 7503 North Division, next to Big 5. Believe us, you will not be disappointed.
Spring savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick up a copy in-store. Jumbo Pack Annuals are 2 for $7. Bi-Mart bagged weed and feed, lawn food, and fertilizer are $11.99 each. Save $2 on Purina Dog Chow. Stag Chili is 2 for $4. And Skippy Peanut Butter Twin Packs are $9.99. Plus, get ready for your outdoor recreation for less. From fishing to camping and more, Bi-Mart has you covered. Save through Monday, April 28th. Bi-Mart, since 1955.
This year, make your home more energy efficient and beautiful with McVey Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. Did you know McVey Brothers sells the popular Coeur d'Alene windows? And last year, the 6,000 Window and Doors Series won the prestigious Energy Star Efficiency Award. Well, right now, when you purchase a 6,000 Series window, we'll match your energy rebate based on current utility rebates. Plus, give you $500 off any roof you add to the job. At McVey Brothers, we're always working for you.
At Arada's Automax, the owner's daughter, Tatum, has been helping people with special sales for over a decade.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tatum Arada. What sale are you doing now, Daddy? Daddy, what's a tax return sale? What's a blue book sale? Can people really get cash, Daddy, and a car? Daddy, does that mean $1 will buy a Arata card checks on RVs? I have $1.
Hurry in, everyone. Arata great deals, and remember,
We're Arata fun too.
Don't miss the sales going on now at Arata's Automax and Mitsubishi.
With expert advice and an amazing selection of flooring, it's easy to see yourself enjoying your perfect floors.
Right now, experience the One Effect in store and save big with special financing.
2 locations, Flooring Outlet and Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
Well, coming up tonight on Nightside, the air you're breathing could be affecting your health. The tips a doctor shares to protect yourself from poor air quality coming up tonight on Nightside.
Your 7-day forecast. Friday, gorgeous, 74 degrees, partly sunny Saturday and Sunday. And we'll be watching the showers if you're heading up to the lake. Boy, download that 4 News Now First Alert weather app so you can track those showers. They're going to be spotty, but they might find you.
Okay.
Sounds like a good idea. Going to the lake. Enjoy.